So I just got this fake Lego set and I'm gonna be start building Space Wars. I mean, seriously. Not Star Wars, Space Wars. And that's supposed to make it feel like this is not actually a rip-off of Star Wars, it actually is Space Wars. Of course, this is definitely gonna go to the junkyard afterwards. Um, so let's go and try this out and see how it actually builds up. And if it's even worth, keeping just for, the fun of it. So the minifigures themselves are kind of decent. Out of the whole set, I think that's probably the thing that they made pretty good looking. A few problems with it, but not as bad as I originally thought they would be. I thought it would be like way worse than that. The hands are pretty loose. Legs are super loose when it comes to that. The head is actually super stuck on it. And that's about it. They look like the real thing. It's very hard to distinguish between them. So let's go and keep building this. First thing you have to do is this thing for the building. Zoom more in so you guys can see the details. The faster I build this, the faster I dispose of this thing. It's just a sole eyepiece out of like the real Lego collection. Those things just feel like, feel fake. I mean, they're fake, but they feel fake. So it's not only they're fake, they also feel like cheap plastic imitation of the real deal. And next thing, right in the back. So the instructions are kind of decent for what it is. You would expect the instructions to be not even good looking like that. Interestingly enough, the pieces themselves, when you build this, snap like Legos, so but they don't feel as substantial as the real deal. There's something missing in here. What do we know? That just the instructions themselves, they need mistakes here too. So it's jumping from this step all the way to here, and this piece right there, you should try to figure out why it's going in there. Something. So that wasn't even smart. Now, next thing is to put those two pieces on top of this. So definitely they're like one step below. Ooh, like it wasn't supposed to even go there. That's the funny thing. Is not bad enough it's a rip-off. The pieces themselves don't really want to stick to each other. Like they're not made for this purpose. And look at this. This is funny. So it goes from this step all the way to this. And it always feels like it's like missing like a step or something. Like every time you do this, it's like it just feels like they're like missing a step. So everything like feels that way in every one of those images. The next one, flat pieces, go right here. This piece is supposed to go right there. Black piece. It'd be funny if like there was like a few missing pieces here too, just to make this even more interesting. Something is wrong here already, and no, that was my fault. I put this in the wrong location. There we go. It's supposed to go right here, but that makes not that much sense. Oh, okay, that was me. I posted this in a wrong place, and then I'm complaining about the instructions. That's just, being silly. There we go. This piece next. Now we have to turn this around, and something just went wrong here again. And now I think that was actually not my fault. Or was it? It looks like it was just put in the wrong place or something, or I put it in the wrong place. Something just went terribly wrong with the, no, that's down. That's definitely down. So I did it exactly how they said to do it, and something just doesn't appear to be put where it's supposed to be put at. I don't know what went wrong here. Definitely something totally messed up here. Oh, that's why. Look at this. Look at this. Something in here. I'm not sure what went wrong between those few steps, but when you look at this and that, you can see that clearly something just wasn't right, and I can't figure it out. So I just keep building. Although I made either I made like a major mistake though, or this book is just, you know, messed up. I'm more likely to blame this book, since they already ripped it off. It's more likely they just found another way of, you know, cheating you out of this. So here we go. Now this piece goes right here, and somehow I don't have anything that's sticking up on here, so I have to use some other replacement piece. Something terribly went wrong here. This is just funny. Just when you try to build something and the instructions just give you some kind of a turnaround, and something just makes no sense here whatsoever. So here we go. I think it's supposed to go this way. I'm really trying my best to make this thing kind of work, given that something just wasn't right here to begin with. And so I'm trying to make it at least look reasonably like like something here. The problem with that is that to take this thing apart would be a major hassle. I could actually use this piece. It's not this great, but I'm keeping this. So that's not going right there. How in the world did they just jump? Did they just jump that step? Oh, it was me. I just jumped. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just getting, either I'm making like mistakes, or this book is just making me do some stuff that I never ever this careless, you know. Either that, or just those Legos being fake. Don't give it this satisfaction of building like you're building like real Legos. It's just something doesn't feel as fun. And I think it has something to do with the way that pieces stick together. It's like you don't feel the fun of putting them combined. Like when the real Legos, when you put them together, you feel the satisfaction of putting it with each other. Over here you really don't. And it's either because it's fake, or it's just something doesn't feel right in here. I know I'm complaining about this, but this is fake Legos. I mean, you're not supposed to really like them. And that's like super loose right there. Those are actually good pieces. Some of those pieces are reasonable, especially if you're missing some kind of pieces in here, and but the way they just fall off and the way they break apart, that's just not fun. Wrong way. And some of them don't want to even stick together, so that is something that is interesting. I got most of it actually done, which is good. Now time for the gun. That hardly went in, so this one is going right here. And this piece is very hard to find in the Lego collection too. So some of those pieces, I hate to let them go if I do have to. If I'm not, even if I'm not keeping that, I'm at least keeping a few of the extra pieces that I could use for something else. It could still be useful. Can't really say all those pieces are junky. There's at least some useful pieces here that could be reused for some project. I did spend like $5 on this junk. I totally don't recommend you to get this. It is just lacking in satisfaction. It really feels cheap. Like when you touch those, they look like the real deal, but they have this cheap feeling to it. Like this very cheap feeling. It's like it doesn't feel like what you paid for it. It's hard to describe it, especially if you own it. You can tell, but if you don't own it, you can't really say much about this because it's hard to see it in a video. So I'm trying to translate it to you by telling you about this. And so this is pretty much it. Built with a few mistakes in here, and I think it's this book made me do a few of those mistakes in it. That's how it actually is supposed to look like. And the book is terrible, by the way. And now after I build this, the only thing I think I like in this, and I'm really trying to find things I like, the minifigures are probably the best thing out of this whole thing. They kind of look like the real deal. They would be great extras. That's what I'm going to be using them for. So when I test drive like a vehicle or something I make, and I want somebody to just sit there, not worry about, you know, destroying the legs of some collectible minifigure I really like, I will be using those as extras. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you never ever buy those fake minifigures, and see you in another video. Please subscribe to this, and hope you like it, and can't wait to show you some more awesome videos as well.